What's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And for this particular review, y'all, yeah, it's back. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, aka Love and Hip Hop ATL. Anyway, yeah, shout out to my YouTube fam. And if you're not part of my YouTube fam, just hit that subscription button below and like and share this video, y'all. Yes, we are back. And happy 420. And if y'all don't know what that means, go that up, because I ain't about to feel like getting into that, but I'm just saying, you know, weed brownies and all and shit. But anyway, what I think is, you know, but I'm just saying. So I hope you're happy and high above the sky. So, the after party's on, y'all, but I wanted to get this, you know, film this review, record this review out the way and get started. But anyway, y'all, let's get into it. It looks like, based on the preview, the way this is going to be an interesting season. Maybe even a little bit better than season 3, 4, 2, and especially we've been having withdrawals of ATL due to certain other shows. I'm not gonna say no names, but anyways, it's kind of, if y'all paid attention to the credits, I was the one laughing. I kind of had to giggle a little bit. You got the new credits and everything. You got Carla Reds came back, Rashida came back, of course Mimi and Jocelyn is back. Bart Jones and me, yeah, because K. Michelle was been left. But I thought it was somebody else in credit. Of course, Erica. My bad. But did you notice now, even her storyline is a little bit different, or might be a little bit more interesting than it was kind of last season, you know, whatever. But anyways, we got those the great people. Then out of nowhere, here goes Stevie J and shit. The only man who's been there. I mean, he's probably one of the most memorable people on this show as far as the dudes, you know, in general, because they only have him. Not Scrap, put them paws on him. Not Kirk. Like I said, they didn't at least have Scrap put his paws on him or nothing. But yeah, because you know, we already know, you know, it's a couple people that left, and then on there. But yeah, I'm surprised only Stevie's on one. I mean, that's how much he brings to the show, that he's the only dude that's on the, you know, in the part of credits now and shit. So anyways, we're just gonna get into real quick. I don't usually go by scene. I usually go by character. So just to let you know, or just random whatever I can think of the time. So bear with me. Now, we got this one chick named Jessica Dime Piece, because you don't want to get mixed up, because there's a good girl to go by named Jessica Rabbit and stuff like that too. She, you know, Carly Red, and turns out Dawn, I got the receipts and stuff, making it rain the receipts and shit, are down in Florida, and she's supposed to be, you know, how it'd be the second, you know, the second cast in the credits, but you know, you're still part of the show. Is Nivea, you know, supposed to be on here? I could have sworn they said weeks ago, or at least last month in Wikipedia and stuff like that, before that Nivea was supposed to be on here too. You know, the singer, you know, Dreams, Eggs, Lil Wayne, Beyonce, okay, all that stuff, but I based on the previews, I guess maybe she X'd out or whatever. Well, that she's just gonna be one of them special, you know, like I be in one scene and go back away, some type of thing. But yeah, so we got Jessica Dime Piece. This is supposed to be her last performance, King of Diamonds. She's originally, for what she tells us later, did 2 years ago, she was supposed to originally stop dancing. She's, I think, trying to grab career. She was under Frolic Writers, management, some like record company, but didn't go through or something like that. So now she's thinking about probably going to ATL, but she don't know for sure. But she's going to really fight, you know, and stuff like that in order to get, you know, get her name out in the industry as a rapper. And so she making, you know, making rain angels and shit and the damn money and everything else. And Donna Carly Red talked to her after, I guess, her last performance. All this money is ground. Okay, this is maybe she's, but this would have been me. Yeah, you know what, girl? So, anyways, yeah, you don't want this? You just landed on the ground? Okay, really? You ain't gonna mind? Can I take it? Can I take an extra 20? Okay, shit. Real talk. That would be my ass. They would tell my heifer, would you get the fuck off my goddamn sex? That would have been some reality right there for your ass shit. But anyways, they just, you know, and I think Don had, like, you know, stacks of ones and they just making rain. But then they suggested, you know, also the main top, even Jocelyn is not these couple episodes. Supposedly she's Puerto Rico, also known as possibly suspended, you know, because of New York thing. It seemed like that was also like the underlining tone of, you know, a part of the episode. Like, even though she's not there, so keep that name there if y'all want y'all extra such and such amount y'all checks. So we got here that they're talking about, and it turns out Jessica actually used to be real cool with Jocelyn, but she called Shanika, but whatever the name was, Shanika with the name, I don't know, that was Shanika and Bachi, I don't know. But she said that's who she knows her, but that's how far back they go back. They used to dance there, whatever. But, you know, it's basically on hold. She's been trying to text Jocelyn and everything else, but, you know, it's been questionable. And then, but, you know, Carly Red all of a sudden trying to say, well, you know, she probably was going through so much and everybody was just on her back. And, you know, she was just going through a lot. Of course, Don was like, you know, the main thing is with Jocelyn really on some stuff, too, along with Stevie, was the reason for that outbreak, especially at the reunion last year. So she, on the other hand, is talking about, you know, she wants to be out. She still want to be with her friend, even though she don't understand why she's avoiding her. You know, like, I'm trying to do the same thing she does, and I don't understand why she has a problem with that, whatever, woo, woo, woo. So, yeah. Carly Red. Okay, next scene. Because, I mean, she was only there for, like, 2 seconds. We only see another part where, you know, she painting, they up there doing, you know, Etch-a-Sketch drawings and shit with the guy and some briefs, whatever. We'll get to that later on. So when we go to next group, we're not going to talk about. We're going to talk about Erica / Mama D / Scrappy, and looking like he getting ready to go in the goddamn igloo and shit. With that, I mean, because I was like, was it cold in that motherfucking place? Now apparently Erica, you know, Mama D's been getting some money with I Deserve Love, and then, you know, she been happy also, no problem. Mama D probably been getting some D and everything else. So Erica, you know, actually visits her backstage, and Erica been saying it actually being much better, you know, in terms of she respect that, of course, because that's the mother of her grandchild, you know. You know, some people, you know, they don't give a pass for you to do everything, you know, just because you grandma, you know, I don't give you a black card to I can act out the fuck I want to act. I'm just saying. But it's good y'all get along. I'm just saying. Heard some crazy stories and shit. Not about them, but just like some people feel like, because I'm Big Mama, or I'm this and this, or I'm the wife, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But you know what I mean. Or I'm this person that I get a pad because I'm the father or mother of this child. But, so, they're visiting. It turns out Mama D, you know, I guess been talking crap. It's not as much, but Erica and him haven't been really talking good terms. She's been saying they've been in a bad place. And because it's a thing called the child support keeps racking up, and he's not paying on the child support, and it's accumulated. We find later on, damn near about 50 G's and shit, and there's a problem there. And I think even the confessionals, Mama D was saying like him slacking or wherever, you know, he hasn't been doing what he's supposed to be doing. It might be Bambi with her hoops and whatever, and that's kind of like what might be the problem, you know, they agreed on whatever. So she said she's gonna talk to him after a performance. So Erica comes, you know, is their performance, and like I said, Scrappy he had like one of them fur type of inside the hood thing, but he got the hood on as if he guess he doesn't really want to be seen or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But he comes in with Bambi. Bambi's in confessionals that actually Mama D and her haven't been really cool at the moment, or she hasn't been liking her at the moment this time. Or, you know, they've been back to terms like, I don't like you, bitch. And she sings a song, and she goes over there, you know, as soon as she finishes the song, because when Scrappy notices that Erica is behind them, but, you know, they don't say anything. As soon as you finish the song, Erica goes to the back door with security or whatever she does, and, you know, like I said, Mama D talks to Scrappy at the bar, and she basically, like, she told, like, in these terms, like, you know, everybody's saying, like, some baby might be fools, whatever, as far as you're not taking care of what you're taking care of, or whatever, but, you know, this child support thing, about the money thing and stuff like that, and, well, she did say they need to talk that out, or straighten that out, whatever, but, you know, Scrappy keeps saying he does everything for money, and stuff like that, so that shouldn't, you know, count or whatever, but it's like, dude, just to save your own self, whatever, I don't know how you got behind it, but he's saying like that's basically a lie. Bambi said that that's basically a lie, and he has been taking care of, you know, his daughter and everything, right? So that needs to be straightened out. But like I said, now bet even Scrappy, like, he just wish that they asses was not still talking and nothing like that. Probably would in better form, because now he's thinking like with them getting along or basically, you know, double teaming his ass, that's actually worse than actually when they were just bickering, you know, and Mama D would call Erica a bitch and, you know, getting her pimp mode, like put her on the stroke with her mama and shit. Maybe that was better. So anyways, the next story we're so excited about is Rashida and Kirk have made a return back in their storyline. Everything is good in their marriage and everything is great. But somehow we have this artist which we never even heard about, even the buzz or even the preview songs, or the SoundCloud or any goddamn thing. Named Ashley Nicole. I don't know if she sings, I don't know if she raps, I don't know if she is a mime, I don't know if she does poetry, I don't know what the hell she is. But she supposedly is a new artist that's supposed to have a 5-album deal under Kirk. Okay. But we see that also Kirk is saying he has this new office. The office happens to be, was supposedly a 2-bedroom apartment. I don't even see a desk. I don't even see a dresser with some fucking notepads or something on it. Nothing that shows that he is supposedly or just for business. There's nothing that looks like a chill out spot, a bachelor pad. And he has a picture that look like a Rashida and him on the floor that a college student did that he probably got, because I said seriously whatever I had done for them or whatever. Nothing wrong with it. It was nice, but it just the fact is, why is it on the floor? You couldn't get a goddamn tack and shit and just hanging on the goddamn wall? So it's supposed to be, I mean, I'm just saying, shouldn't, you know, just fall on the floor and shit. But anyways, he has his artist coming over there, and he's basically saying, really? Okay, I hope you can't hear that because of his song like that. Speaking of ATL and stuff, anyway, we're just gonna wait for the ringtone. But anyways, y'all, back to the story. She's saying she's willing. Ashley Nicole comes over there. They had to put on. She got on a nice legging outfit with, you know, half crop top shirt. Okay, and then we have Kirk, you know, like have her over there, just her by herself. I don't know what business they're performing, but they're about to have shots and drinks. He showed a bedroom, and of course has that damn 70s exploitation, something almost with an animal pitch zebra ass, what ottoman or whatever on there, and she just like, oh, this is a king size bed. And Kirk has to remind us that, you know, he at least has a picture of him, her and the wife in the room. But I'm like I said, you could step and kick that motherfucker down. Like I said, you couldn't get attacked. Shit, they got those at Dollar Tree. But anyways, he's sitting there talking, but like I said, Ashley Nicole said something very interesting. She said this. Now, I'm willing to do anything. Now, see, you better be careful when you say anything, because that means you have no limits, bitch. Okay, when you say sometimes that comment like that, I'm not calling bitch, but just in terms is, when you take down the content, when you say, I'm willing to do anything, or I'll step over, you know, there's no limit. When you even say no limit, or I'll do anything, or whatever it takes, you have to be careful. Because it makes me wonder, and it makes us all wonder, what are you going to do, according to the storyline show, do whatever it takes to get your records or anything that you're trying to accomplish under D-Lo management. Anybody else, can anybody else, if they feel like Tom and actually give a fuck, besides, because I honestly don't feel like looking to see who else D-Lo management manages, and have they also been very successful? Okay, we'll leave it as that. I'm just saying, because I honestly didn't hear about D-Lo. I always hear about Rashida's thing, but I honestly have not heard it with other artists. Real talk. Okay, but, and you know, whatever did that's the first damn season of shit, she had facts. Okay, so, anyways, like I said, it's supposedly just talking or whatever. And a later scene, we see all the ladies' original members, excluding Jocelyn, who's not in there in the scene. I'm just fast forwarding about it. And there's talking. I remember Rashida said, the thing is that she does not say no about this other. Hold on, y'all. Let me take. My bad, y'all. Let me get back to the review. So, anyways, she's all talking about basically Kirk has told about Ashley but has not sat there and told her basically, like, she is not seen, not heard, we have not heard her in the streets, whatever. So, and then not only that, not because she already knows he's invested some money, but he basically has invested in this hidden office, but has not, you know, Rashida, but I thought she been was supposed to make like the store on Bossy, but supposedly is still, she is in her closet taking orders and stuff like that, or some room or something, like store it or wherever in the house. And she supposedly that they're supposed to be working on getting build another house, whatever. She's saying they little, you know, they had a little painting update and let's talk some stuff, whatever. Hosted by Mimi. And she's like, now I'm thinking about this. I had to rewind. Now Kirk is saying they don't have money, the money's tied up right. Now he got this apartment, it's supposed to be $3,500 per month. I mean, whatever. And he got enough money to build this house. But he ain't got enough money to get her Bossy store set up, you know. But he hasn't told her yet about this to Rashida or whatever. But he even tells Rashida in the scene when she's talking about the store, he brings in their youngest son, Carter, in. And then a boy a little bit towards him said, if you had your eyes closed, he got his voice just like his daddy. Mama, was you going to fix some food and, you know, some pizza? I'm hungry. You know what I mean? Sound just like his daddy. Okay? Because I think that's the first time I ever heard the oldest son speak. And she like, you know, I got orders in, you gotta fix it yourself, whatever. If I had some employees and blah, blah, blah. And Kirk got nerves to say, because when she was like, well, what's she do? Blah, 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 I'd be hurting. He's like this, well, she looks good. I mean, shit, you can do this, some females do that on Instagram. Not everybody, but I'm just saying this is that if you talking about she just look good, that is not on the sell record. I mean, to a certain point, yeah, but how far is this going to go? Can she use this as a platform, okay? All right, you know we have with certain artists, even if they go on these shows, they still kind of don't go nowhere. So whether they talented or not, I'm just saying. So if that's all it takes, that's, you know, yeah, whatever. But I'll pass their storyline. I think I spent too much time on their shit. Anyways, so the last big thing is on and off is about, we see the beginning scene, we see Mimi is starting now new, she's getting a book, and she's also starting a management company for artists. And who her possible business partner is Stevie, okay? And an artist that they're looking at, and he's supposed to be like consultant or something, right? The artist they're looking at is Tiffany Fox. And I heard about her before, right? I think she's been with Luke, but I'm going to say I heard of Tiffany Fox. So he's thinking he don't know for sure, whatever, and, you know, I guess they asked him to just keep updating, blah, 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 because, you know, she keeps saying your wife. It's almost like they're making sure to keep saying over again, you know, this through this episode, especially Mimi, your wife, your wife, your wife, your wife. And when it just was last season, she even almost to the end was saying to prove that there was a fake marriage and stuff like that. But I guess, you know, somebody must have said to Raps, like, you know, you got to keep saying that's his wife, okay? Whether it is on paper, this shit is their business now. But he's saying that Jocelyn, like I said, is Wusa somewhere in Puerto Rico. And whatever. But yeah, they're supposed to be starting this business after all the bullshit. That's how it kind of ended at the season finale last season. But he apologized because remember, even though it was supposedly cool on the last episode of the season, we all know how it pretty much how it went towards the reunion. All the crazy stuff in New York. And she basically like, you know, you got your bitch together, your bitch is crazy, blah, blah, blah. Are you sure she okay? Woo, 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 woo. What about you? Da, da, da. And now we have an interesting plot between. Nico has returned, and now his wife, which is Maddox, I don't want to say her name, that name, you know, Maddox. And she's like this. He visited us in New York, and she said a confession like this. Basically, me and Nico, we were open as far as communication and open as far as relationship. I got with somebody, so when I found that he was with Mimi, I just sucked up and just took it with her. But she said the last straw was that damn sex tape. And he meets with her. Now all of a sudden he said he wants to make it out, work with her and stuff like that. And she wanted to know the truth because they always kept it real. They always told, you know, if they fight when they used to be in LA. I mean, they fought like to get where I guess they were as far as the career because she's a fashion designer and artist and all this other stuff. But she even said that he even motivated her to keep dreaming and writing and I guess getting their career up and getting the deal and stuff. Because she was even saying to my he was like motivated her to go and you know, keep writing because porn girls are going to, you know, is around the corner. Porn girls can go into the porn industry. I don't know. I don't know if he been, or just in general, like, you know, every day, if you don't fight, look what the options you have. I don't know what the fuck you mean, but she just wanted to know what was the truth, and she's kind of hesitant about moving in with down to Atlanta with him. And on top of that, she's like, she felt kind of offended, especially with the sex tape, whatever. And he was saying, well, you had somebody or whatever, and you first didn't tell me. But she's like, bitch, I told you. She, you know, I guess didn't know about me, be like him telling her that he was with or whatever. He basically said it was a business relationship in the first place. It was never love. We had feelings, but it basically was no business relationship, okay? And it was basically a relationship. And he's trying to also say that the porn tape was a mutual business decision. It wasn't something whereas they were in love. Well, we already kind of know from last season and everybody watched it or purchased it, whatever, that she eventually admitted that they had to film a couple extra scenes, all right, to the tape to fill, you know, to finish it off. And so, she's basically feels a little better that he admitted the truth, that it was a business decision, whatever, on Mimi's part, whatever. So we eventually know she'll go down to Atlanta, but I don't know if she's moving down there or just staying there, whatever, because she's still kind of handsome in New York. Is pretty much her life now. Yeah. So Mimi is having a photo shoot, and Dawn is there. She's still working. You know, Dawn also knows possibly is another film. Is there in the background. She's still keeping around because she helped her with the sex tape scenario. So she's still keeping around, right? And even when she just seen Nico. Who told Nico about the superstar producers? Because Dawn was kind of like not surprised that he was there. She was just like, oh, hi. You know, once he appeared up there, like, did she text him? We at such and such room? Never know. Okay? But he comes in there and sits in the makeup chair and shit, and basically, you know, you think I was going to know about the damn, you know, the damn, the photo shoot and stuff. And it turns out Mimi not only signed that goddamn Vivid contract, but also she has signed something else she said was under the influence, and signed some shit, you know, whatever. And next was some fingerprint painting or whatever. And sat there and signed something to him to give him 25% of everything. And includes supposedly, you know, that means everything merch, I guess a book and everything else. Supposedly later on, Nico has, you know, the manuscript and next to the contract. So he's basically like, you know, bitch, I'm coming here to collect the money. And she's like, you're not about to get it on the book or whatever, my life, blah, 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 and stuff like that. But it's like, girl, why did you sign the contract to this other stuff any damn way? Okay. So, but like I said, she hasn't seen Nico in months, and she's just like, you know, go back to your wife, whatever case is, because he basically like this. We all know Nico reminds me, if y'all remember the Ghostbusters, or was it the real Ghostbusters? One of them, but the ones that the four dudes, and they had this slimy ass ghoul that was green and left slime everywhere. What was his name? I think it started with an E. That kind of reminds me of Nico. Now, not to say Stevie's the best person in the world, but he is, you know, neither, but it's kind of like Nico is just, reminds me of that slime fuck, you know, just leaving slime everywhere and shit. But anyways, it's just, that's how bad it is with him. And there's another scene, though, was that they had like a showcase that Mimi was trying to see whether or not she can showcase, you know, that she can probably get Stevie and Jason Bourne to get them under their possible management company. We got, I think, Rashida, comes, and Carly Red at that moment. And then, you know, Stevie said he'd been like, drinks is on the house. He already like this, like, shit, whatever. He waited 45 minutes for Tiffany to come. Tiffany's ass, I guess, I don't know if she was running late, whatever performance, blah, blah. We didn't see her perform because Stevie, was by that time we see Mimi and stuff in the back. He like this. You know what? You know, you sure look good over there. You look really nice. Okay, I'm surprised he said he didn't ask for some more or less. Okay, that's how much we say. Maybe just like, would you calm down? And he basically like this. When he seen Tiffany, Tiffany just like, what the hell? He like, Tiffany? Yeah, something like that. Y'all, you gonna go on or something like that? I'm not trying to hold you up or anything. Here go Mimi. Would you stop? What? I'm just talking to Tiffany, blah, 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 something like that. But actually, he was kind of still more calmed down. We've seen him, like, in the first season and shit, so really, this wasn't that bad. But he ends up walking it off and leaving before even Tiffany performs and just never comes back. But by the way, I forgot to mention, which I already knew that, when they were talking in the scene when Tiffany was first in there, and, you know, she was auditioning and whatever, or showing her talents, you know, Eva, their daughter, Mimi and Stevie's daughter, has been acquiring some brothers and sisters. And he decides to suggest that he's going to offer a special bottle of his Stevie J, you know, special sauce, whatever, okay? And she basically try to offer a bottle of sperm, and he's just like this, well, I'm just gonna offer it to you. I didn't say I was going to have bad sex, you bend you over, which is one of my favorite positions. But here's me being kind of was looking like, oh, you don't want to. She kind of felt offended that he didn't want to have, you know, that, I guess that moment he was saying he didn't want to have sex with her, at least that, he could have been talking shit, but you know. But anyways, y'all, he said he's trying to be good and stuff like that. That's why blah, blah, blah. And like I said, again, they brought up during the painting session about this thing with, you know, the wife and Jocelyn, how the way she was acting and stuff like that, and everything woo woo, and her girl Jessica is her friend, blah, blah, blah. Because like I said, it was Rashida, everybody in the goddamn cast, excluding Jocelyn at this painting party Mimi has, and they're just so-called catching up and stuff like that. And so, I'm kind of already told what the hell was talking about, and Mimi was talking about, I guess, the issue with Nico. I think by the time, was she talking about the Nico situation to them too? And Erica talking about child support issues. We got Rashida, she's in a good, happy place, but about her husband, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is a good episode, but I'm just saying, you know, the intro always gives you, you know, hopefully it gives you a little start, but it's just the beginning, you know what I mean? So, the last two scenes that Mimi advice, I guess, her and Stevie talking. Now, she already feels embarrassed with what happened with the Tiffany Fox showcase. And then, he comes over, and she already feels where her business and personal relationships are messed up. Pretty much again, because this ain't the first time that happened. So, she talks to Stevie about his performance, and, you know, she also was hearing about the blogs about him failing drug tests and all this other stuff, right? And he said, I felt one, and she feels, of course, again, that Jocelyn, I guess, is the problem of why he's having these issues or whatever, and all this stuff is going on, blah, blah, blah. But he's trying to say he can handle what the hell's going on with him, and whatever, right? And at first she said she'd think about it, but we didn't know she was going to think about it, whatever. And she ends up telling him about, you know, the issue with Nico. Like, Nico think he's going to the book, gets his percentage of the book, and everything I guess she does with pertaining to certain business. And they've got their daughter, him and her daughter in the book also. So I guess it's like an autobiography type of thing. And, you know, Stevie feels some type of way, especially when it comes when it has to do with their daughter. And so he wants to text Nico and pay him a visit, right? So they kind of, it looked like damn near the scene where they met last time they had that confrontation. And we already know Nico, like I said, is feeling like he's doing people a favor. Like I said, that motherfucker gonna be that slime ball for Ghostbusters. I gotta find that name. But y'all remember y'all was kids in the 80s or even just seen before the damn movies, whatever, the Ghostbusters. That's my... Oh. But yeah. So this ghost of slime ass motherfucker up here, you know, in the confessionals, even letting me know, like, basically how he's helping Steve. Because Stevie's just like this, asking him certain questions. And basically like this, like, you know, you think you're going to get away with that shit? Because they already told Mimi, like, I'm going to handle this. And Mimi's talking about, no, you're going to start shit. But he said he's still going to handle it. So anyways, y'all. He ends up basically talking to me, like, letting him know, like, you ain't going to keep eating off Mimi and all this other shit, bro. Whatever, go on with that bullshit, whatever. And, you know, he was like, the way to give it up for Nick was like this, you know, you going to give me $2 million? Because that's how much, I guess, to give him what he's supposed to get. Because he's like, how they sold millions and got all this money off Vex Tape, but the book is going to be even more. Ugh. So, Stevie basically learned, like, you going with that bullshit, baby, bro. And by the way, you know, basically, he basically, you know, by the time being, if he wants to, basically, and then he might be able to fuck his wife. And he just, you know, also know that Stevie can go fuck your bitch. Okay? So, you know, Sneako, okay, spill some more, okay, like, whatever, man. You know, I got all the girls you fuck with that all I mean, I already fucked, I guess, Eddie Broad that Stevie's been with. And I'm like, what? But okay, Nico, yeah, you, but also Stevie said he has some dirt on Nico. And if he has to bring it out, man, he will feel embarrassed for him, okay? That's how much dirt he probably has on Nico that he does not give out. I don't know where to hear it, but let's be for real. So Nico ain't got nerve to say, talk shit on him to learn some lines like, you know what? I'm help feeding your daughter. I'm trying to help feed, keep mouth feeding, even down bringing up the daughter. And even though Steve was like this, like, you know what? Bring my daughter's name out your mouth. And he says again, but what about taking care of your daughter? Some comment he said, and that's when Steve kind of, a little bit after Nico Slimeball said all that shit, then we see Stevie, you know, about to do the damn bull charge where you got a goddamn red, you know, the red thing, scarf or shit, satin sheet in front, blanket in front of this goddamn man, and he about to go old lay on that ass. And then we see the previews for the final season. And it's like that, you know, so we don't know what they pull off or what would happen. But yeah, that's how it ended, y'all. That Steve got in there, like I said, with Slimeball. Or as he likes to call him, Freako, which that could be a good thing too. But yeah, y'all, that's what I have gotten for this episode. Sorry if I missed anything. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting season based on it. I'm glad they are back. Yes. And I am done. But y'all, pleasant night, pleasant weekend, and more. And like I said again, y'all, love y'all and happy 420. Like I said, hi to everybody. Anyway, y'all take care. And I'll see y'all in the next one.